Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I have another actor. I've had a lot of actors on Morning Moments, and it's my privilege to bring another actor. This actor's been on Law and Order Special Victims Unit, CSI New York, Falling Down, and several of the movies. I don't want to miss some of them. He's been on several great movies, worked with a lot of great people from New York. Augustine Rodriguez, welcome to Morning Moments.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to be here.
It is really nice to meet you and getting to know you a little bit. Let me ask you the question I ask everybody: what do you do, and why do you do it?
What do I do? How do I do a few things, and there are a few different reasons why. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me give you a quick 1 minute story, I guess, of my history, and then I'll fill you in on what I do. Um, First of all, so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me on here. And I feel like I want to interview you. Things you're telling me, I want to know, wow, what you do and the people you've seen and talked to. And so I just want thank you so much. It's really a blessing to be here. Um, my name is Augustine Rodriguez. I'm originally from New York City. I grew up in a single mom household in New York. In New York, my sister and I went to art school, went to school visual arts, illustration major. Uh, while there, I took my first acting class. I was shy in high school and started to act there. I graduated from art school, portfolio in hand, and I kind of thought to myself, yeah, I want to keep studying some acting. So, long story short, um, kept studying, auditioning. I started to get cast in within 2 years. I got cast in theater, film, television. I got cast in a feature film that flew me out to Los Angeles. So imagine that was a final analysis. So imagine this: I'm on the soundstage at Warner Brothers at a long conference table. We're about to do a read through. I'm about to meet and work with, sit across Richard Gere, Kim Basinger, Uma Thurman, Eric Roberts, Keith David, a bunch of other actors that you recognize. I'm just like, wow. I remember thinking, how did I get here from uptown? How did how did this happen? Very grateful, from Manhattan. I'm from Washington Heights. I'm another Latin from Manhattan. I've heard you've had a couple, one other one, and so wow, but also I've been in the, actors always need survival jobs, so I've worked teaching acting, teaching leadership, but also on and off for over 30 years, teaching nutrition, exercise, martial arts, self-defense. So in the fitness field, helping people with their health and wellness. And I have my own health and wellness business now going on, gosh, it's going on steadily over 7 years now. And I help people and build networks of people and help them buy their time back. I help them like just expand their business in the best way to help the most amount of people. So that's a little summation, right? Um, what do I do and why do I do it? So I have my own business, right? Where I network with people, help them expand their reach, and help a lot of others physically and emotionally in many ways. Also, I'm an actor. Also, direct and produced live events. I'm about to shoot. I directed and produced a short film a few years ago. We got into some festivals, got some awards, and I'm about to start a shoot right now this month in February. So that's exciting. I do what I do, meaning in the arts and in business, to really fulfill my shape, to fulfill, like, I feel like we are all born in a certain way, with nobody has your DNA or your fingerprint, and for some reason your dreams, God, I feel like God puts dreams on your heart, and for a certain reason some people are driven to business, some people are driven to do architecture or science. For me it's always been the arts, it's always been, and networking, reaching with people, helping them, just igniting them, empowering them. So for example, I'm about to do this project. It's to be, for us to be creative, for it to be a lucrative business, event. I'm actually going to help promote my friend's martial arts school. So martial arts and self-defense is actually in the storyline, and but also will benefit the actors that are involved while we shoot. Give you a quick example. While we shoot, I'm going to have people that have worked professionally in the industry right next to people that are just starting out so that they get a chance to get great experience. So that's how my mind works. I love to like put people together and have everyone benefit and have a great time. Uh, that's pretty much it. That's yeah, this is what I enjoy doing.
I used to say, and I still say the saying that this journey of life, we are on a marathon, not a sprint. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people treat it like a sprint and get burned out early on. But the
Mm-hmm.
older I get, I realize it's more than just a marathon. It's also a relay race that we're
Mm,
responsible for handing off what we know and learned to the next
mm-hmm.
generation.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. Yeah, it really is. That, really, I mean, that's successful leadership. It shouldn't be, let's say if there's a church, let's say, right, as an example, who else is coming up, to replace me, to do what I can do? What two or three people can, how can I duplicate my impact on people? Because if it ends with me, I failed. That's not
Yeah.
successful leadership. The best way is to make sure that it really, it's passed on, and that's why we're here, I believe, so that we can really contribute. As this one minister, well, business leader, a minister that I would listen to, Miles Monroe, the late great Miles Monroe, he would say something. The earth has something that only you were supposed to bring to it, that you're supposed to accomplish, and only you can do it. And everyone has value. Every human being. That's why we're here. So when we see people, we see someone on the street, down and out, or they're made in God's image. They're made in God. There's something great that now here's the thing. Sometimes it's derailed. Usually it's because of outside circumstances or our decisions or our lack of decisions. I know that's hurt me many times. There are things I'm doing now. I've done some of that 20 years ago. Some of it I should have started 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But some of my decisions and my lack of decisions, right? It's like the selfishness was not satisfying. It wasn't, and I hurt myself. I hurt my family because I didn't have certain things together in order. I had to, spend my life at times putting out fires. I'm not spending time with my those that are younger in my family, those that I want to spend time with, or being able to do more. Uh, that was my doing. Sometimes we make a mess, we make a mess, and we're like, "Oh God, why am I in this situation?" We go through a hard time, or we put ourselves through a hard time, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. And sometimes we see a situation and we say, well, somebody should do something about that. And it's like the Lord tells you, well, I'm the one that showed it to you and
yes,
you saw it. Why don't you do something about it?
I love that. I love
Rather
that.
than waiting for somebody else to do something about it. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that guy. He needs this. Well, I hope
yeah,
somebody, well, you may be the somebody that needs to be doing it.
yeah, yeah. Jesus said that, right? When he said, "Pray for the Lord of the harvest that He will bring workers," and then He sent them out.
Yes.
It's like pray to
Yeah.
find somebody. Okay, guess what, guys? I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I often say go into all the world. And 2/3 of God's name is go. So why are we
wow.
staying? So we
I
need to be
never.
going and doing something.
Yes, I like that. I like that. I never heard that one. That's awesome. Wow.
And as we look into going into all the world is included in our block, our apartment building,
Yes.
our
Thanks. Thank you.
cul-de-sac.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the world doesn't mean I have to go to India and Africa and have to go to
Uh-huh.
Japan.
Yes.
It's going into your world. What are
Yeah.
we doing for the people that we see on a day-to-day basis?
Right. Our neighbor, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. It starts there. It's like
Yeah.
it's designed that way. Like exactly, you just put it so beautifully. For example, sometimes the best thing we could do, for example, the tragedy, the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. It's like sometimes you feel like you want to be there yourself. Perhaps the best thing you could do is be excellent where you are right now and tap some shoulders and maybe raise some funds or send supplies or do something. I was able to, be part of that in when the hurricane in Africa in Puerto Rico. that time, when certain people wanted to toss paper towels at people. But here's the thing: it's like what I did was I was called. Somebody tapped my shoulder, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to show up and help put some supplies together because we're wait the government. We can't wait for that. We
Yeah.
can't wait for other. It's We are made to do that. Sometimes entrepreneurs are the ones to do that, to create a change, to bring about change, to initiate, and that's true leadership. And we're all called to do that.
Some folks will say that, I don't know if I'll ever be an actor or be on these TV shows you've been on, movies, and set across from these famous actors and actresses. But there's a need for somebody right in your church to be a greeter
Yeah.
and to be an usher
Yeah.
and to hand out programs or to park cars or
Yeah.
whatever. And what are we doing now? We're
Yes.
look around. There's plenty to do.
I do want to say this too. I don't know why this is on my mind right now, my heart. At times, it is true. There are needs right there. Right. Also, sometimes we can hide in service. Meaning this, sometimes people, oh, I'll just do this, but then they don't reach out, venture out to do more. Or let me help everyone else out. They're putting out everyone else's fire while they got some smoldering things happening at home. Like, no, we can't ignore. The best thing we could do is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, sleep, eat, take care of your health, take care of your, like, really take care of the. Didn't the scriptures say it's worse than being an unbeliever to not take care of your family, those around you. So we have to make sure that things are right at home, and we are, replenished and we charge our batteries so that we are able to do that, and we are made to do that. Sometimes all people do is charge their batteries and be all about themselves. We can't do that either, because that's not satisfying. I don't want to just, I don't, as an actor, as a creator, I don't want to just do it just because it's fun for me. It's like, oh, it's fun to help others. And then simultaneously you could reach out and do so much more. One of the projects I'm really wanting to help with, that I've extended myself already a little bit, is Power of Peace project. A friend of mine, Kit Cummings, he does this where he goes to reach out, goes into prisons, deals with juvenile offenders, and he's helping them see the love of God, trying to pull out the God in them and let them know. Say, listen, I'm not here to try to tell you something, but so I'll give you an example. Whatever I do, things I do, I want it to benefit causes like that. We can still multiply our impact in many ways.
As we close this interview today, I also want you to take some time as soon as this interview is over and pray for Augustine. Pray that God would just continue to be with him. Augustine needs your prayers, folks, and you need the practice. So pray that he would continue to be in the right place at the right time to have the greatest impact on the people around him. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Andy, thank you so much. That was very thoughtful. That's very, very thoughtful. Yeah, we thank you. That's yeah. Yeah, I can't say no. I won't say no to the prayers. If anything, you could always reach me on Instagram, AGUSTIN.NYC on Instagram. Or you can email me. Email me is the slowest next to smoke signals is the slowest way to reach me. But you try,
Okay.
it's AGU. Well, you see me on IMDb. You look up Augustine Rodriguez, spelled that way. It looks like Agustin, but I don't like Agustin. It's Agustin in Spanish. So you look up Augustine Rodriguez demo reel on YouTube, and I'm the first one to pop up. And you'll see me on IMDb, and you'll be able to, contact me that way. So
Good. Good. All
yeah.
right. Please do so and pass this interview on to others. And thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, my guest, Augustine, and also thank you, my audience, for joining us. And if you would keep coming back for some more morning moments, and may God richly bless you.